So what actually worked for me, and what I did for a pretty long time, was trying to eat healthy. And what that meant for me was not having any dairy. I wouldn't even have the tiniest little bit of ranch, like just no dairy, very strict on that. No white flour or white sugar, and no processed foods. So nothing packaged. I would make all of my own stuff, like my own cookies, my own ketchup, own pasta sauces, getting sunlight, exercising, so sweating, yoga, just basic stretching, and sitting calmly, trying to imagine my face was clear. Just being in like a calm state, focusing on a box that has nothing in it. Corey just the other day told me that. A guy's brain at nighttime, because like my brain's always running. It's like he just has this box of nothing, and he just stares into that box the whole time. Like he's not thinking about anything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. Just washing my face with water in the shower. So in the morning, if I have a shower, I just let the water run on it, or just go like this. And that's it. I won't wear makeup. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't use moisturizers, cleansers, nothing, just water. For a while after doing that, at the beginning, just water would dry out my face for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I was so used to putting moisturizers and oils on my face. But after a while, it started like becoming normal, as if nothing was on my face. Like it would be moisturized, it'd feel soft. Drinking water, sleeping enough hours every night. So yeah, what worked for me: sunlight, eating healthy, exercising, yoga, nothing on my face, water in the shower, drinking water, and sleeping good. For 3 years straight. So for 3 years I didn't have any dairy, white flour, white sugar. I also took probiotics and omega-3 fish oils. With this diet, I could pretty much eat anything I wanted, so that was nice. And like it's just the way I live now. Like I don't really have a huge sweet tooth, and when I do have a craving for sugar, I just like go for orange juice or something. After more months of learning not to care about my skin every day and not thinking about it, and just learning to live my life, I learned that I can eat a small cookie and not get a pimple from it, just if I didn't care that I ate it, you know? I learned that I have to enjoy myself some days and just live like a normal person. Like if someone is having a birthday party and they have cake, I can eat a piece of cake. Like it's not going to kill me. And if I am relaxed about it and I'm not freaking out about the next day's breakout, 90% of the time, I've realized that I don't even get a breakout the next day, like if I'm not stressed about it. Most of the time when I'd break out from eating poorly, it was mainly breaking out from stress. Around when I turned 21, I realized that I can eat dairy in moderation and have a slice of white bread or something with sugar in it, and I will be fine. This helped me to not feel so left out when going to restaurants with friends or family, or even canceling on them. Dairy does upset my stomach, and I'm lactose intolerant, so I just get like bad gas pains and stuff from dairy, but I won't break out. I still stick to my dietary beliefs. I eat every food group, but just higher quality. So the cheese I eat, the only ingredients in it is milk, bacteria, and salt. Like there's no modified milk ingredients in it. The yogurt I eat is mainly skyr, but there's no sugar in it. It's just plain, nothing modified. It's just, yeah, like milk ingredients, like pure cream, and mainly like a little bit of salt. I always read ingredients labels. My parents would think I'm crazy. Same with my boyfriend, but I'm constantly reading them, making sure what's in it. It doesn't stress me out, but it's just like a habit now to, when I'm buying something, I just turn the back around and I see if it has any sugar listed in it. If it does, I don't get it. If there's corn syrup or cornstarch, I don't buy it. Sugar is the main thing for me. When I'm looking at labels, I'm just focused on whether or not it has sugar in it. My skin is actually the best it's ever been. It's been really good for the past, I'd say, over 2 years now. Although I don't exercise every day, I don't sweat often, I rarely wash my face, I sometimes forget to take my probiotics and fish supplements, but I don't stress out about it, and I don't stress about breaking out if I miss a day of my vitamins. If I do wash my face, it's because I wore makeup, and when I do wash my face, it's just natural products or products that I've made myself. I've had many trial and errors over the years, but what I learned was that acne is not just on the outside. And when I was a teenager, I mainly thought it was on the outside. I didn't think there was a whole gut imbalance thing. I didn't think that was real. A lot of doctors that I've seen didn't believe in that either. But the blemishes you get on your skin are a symptom of what's happening inside your body. I like to consider acne as a warning sign that your body is producing. That's why hormonal imbalances or changes or food allergies cause acne. There's something in your body not working properly, and your body is just trying to tell you that there is something inside that you're missing, and that you just need to give yourself a little more, like, TLC. Your body is smart and knows what to do, and it is just trying to talk to you. Why the skincare industry products do not work, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have different perspectives on the skincare industry, but for me personally, I don't believe in it. And if they do work, it's because your skin is reliant on them, and I am very positive that if you stop using them, your acne will come back, possibly even worse. Acne is very common, especially in teenagers, and that is why the skincare industry is so big. If there was a cure for acne, why would there be a million different products out there saying that they cure acne? Yeah, from my experiences, they don't work. Acne is a symptom of what is going on the inside. This explains why applying products on your face does not cure the problem, but it just tackles the blemishes that you see or the underlying pimples that are close to the surface. You keep breaking out because the cleansers and creams don't stop the bacteria from forming underneath your skin. This is why it's important to fight the problem from the inside out. Acne prescriptions also do not fight the problem long term. They're killing the bacteria that cause acne, but they aren't preventing the acne bacteria from forming in your body. There's a reason you're getting it, so the antibiotics are just helping the symptoms, but why are you having those symptoms? Think about it, you're not getting acne because you aren't taking prescriptions for it. Just another remedy to fix the symptoms and not fix the real root of the issue. 23 now, and I don't eat perfectly, and I don't get a good night's sleep pretty often. I was going to school now, but that got canceled because of this virus. But yeah, I don't get a lot of sleep. But I also don't worry about my skin. It took a long time for me to not think about my skin every day and all day. But I'll go weeks now not thinking about how my skin's doing or if I break out or how it's going to get worse. If I do get a zit, I'm just like, oh darn, you little bugger. I might pop it, but I'm not worried about it. And if I do pop it, it heals up pretty fast. My body is pretty good at healing now. I rarely get acne scars. I used to get so many scars, and they were so bad, and they would take years to go away. Yeah. Then I just go about my life not wearing makeup on most days. If I am at school, a lot of the time I do wear makeup, but after an application is done, I take it off right away. I still, I bring in my own skincare products at school to take it off, just so I'm not using harsh chemicals. still. If I am working at my job or doing yard work in the sun or hiking and I start sweating a lot, I don't get worried about how my pores are going to get clogged with the sweat. I just wait until I'm done working, and then I will go to the sink or in a lake and rinse my face with water, and then it'll just dry and that's fine. Or if I don't get to washing my face and the sweat dries, it's not a big deal, like I don't break out. Your body is like naturally supposed to sweat anyways, so it's pretty much just cleaning your skin. Yeah, it's kind of gross having sweat stay on your face, but like I'm not so worried about how after the gym I need to go straight to the sink before the sweat dries and then wash my face with a cleanser. Like I'm not OCD about that anymore. Your body isn't supposed to be rubbed with chemicals or creams, but your body is naturally supposed to sweat. As long as you're in the sun sweating and you're making sure you're drinking a lot of water and staying hydrated, your skin will thank you. Your skin is the biggest organ in your body, and some days I only have a cup or two of water, and it's definitely normal to forget. I don't worry so much about getting my full 8 cups of water a day. You don't need 8 cups of water every day anyways if your body isn't working and sweating and exercising. If you aren't thirsty, don't worry about chugging enough water for the day. Your body will let you know when it's thirsty and it'll let you know what it needs. You just have to listen. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have woken up in the middle of the night and you are just craving a huge bottle of ice cold water. Your body's telling you you're thirsty. You go over to the sink, you fill up your cup, you chug some water. Like, that's you listening to your body when it's telling you something. Girls in school, like in high school, would tell me that my skin would clear up if I just had more confidence. And I did not understand that phrase whatsoever. I was like, it's easy for you to say because you have a lot of confidence, because your skin is beautiful. But after all the things I've tried during the years, I actually feel like that's the truth. I thought once my skin was clear that I would have confidence. And now that I'm older and have had many successes and fails with curing my skin, I realized that you just need to have confidence despite your insecurities. What I realized was that if you want to kickstart your clear skin journey, you want to tackle it in as many ways as you can. You want to ambush the imbalance in your body. You want to be the healthiest you can be. You need patience, dedication, and positive vibes. It is definitely not an overnight cure, and it is a very slow process. But your body knows what to do and will work with you if you give it the care that it needs. Weapons to fighting infections in your body is sleep, sun, exercise, meditation, healthy diet, water, healthy skincare, either nothing or using healthy ingredients. Once you have a solid ground with these, you're on your way to having a healthy body, inside and out. Eventually, you'll be able to take 1 or 2 of these out. So let's say you don't get enough sleep one night, or you slip a little on your diet, or miss a week exercise. It won't affect your skin. It's just doing all of these things at once is just going to tackle the infection so much more with every angle that you can. And once your body is in a process of healing, 1 or 2 of those things that you miss isn't going to make a big impact. Growing up, I never understood why some people with clear skin have horrible diets and their skin is beautiful. Or some people eat so healthy and yet they have a very poor complexion. Someone who smokes, drinks often, eats a bad diet, they're probably not stressing out about their skin. They get a lot of good sleep. They're in the sun a lot and they exercise often. So there are many different factors and everyone has a different body. Everyone's body handles infections differently. I do want to say some acne is genetic as well. A good complexion can be genetic. But if acne is genetic, it doesn't mean that you're stuck with it forever. Like, it is something that you can battle. Some people are just lucky, and others are not so lucky. Others swear that the paleo diet is the ultimate acne cure, and a bunch of diets like that, like especially keto, they just weren't for me. Like, I know I can't go my whole life following those kind of diets. I found not being on a diet is what worked best for me through trial and error. This is why I'm writing about my own personal experience. Why I think it started was like every kid with great skin. I never used products on my skin, just water in the shower or the bathtub. I did start to get spots between my eyebrows when I was 13, and that's when I learned about concealer. Not knowing skin hygiene for makeup was a setback for me. I would put concealer on my spots for school, and then when I would come home, I would not wash it off properly. I would just rinse my face with water, and there would still be product residue on my face. After doing that often, I noticed my breakouts would spread and become worse, leading to more concealer applications. The spots then started moving to my chin and my nose area. If I would get one spot here, I would wear concealer. And thinking back about all the times I would try and cover up my spots with concealer, I would also think about all the times I didn't wash it off, and that is probably why it was getting worse. Stress actually made the situation extra worse because I was stressing about my skin so much, and that caused breakouts. After getting acne from that, I'm pretty sure, that's when I learned about facial cleansers and how I need to properly wash my makeup off. So I started using harmful chemicals on my face. They would have fragrance in them. Benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid is very harsh for your skin, but I would use it online to try and cure my acne. And what those chemicals do is your skin gets reliant on them. They do dry out your face. Cleansers would just irritate my skin, and I have sensitive skin anyways, and that would result in more breakouts and more redness, which is probably why my nose was so red when I was a kid. Yeah, and then after breaking out so much, I would just apply makeup, more and more makeup, and then I would use the harsh cleansers to wash off the makeup, and then I would break out more. And then it got into me just wanting to wear makeup the whole time. And then my face wasn't breathing properly. I ended up getting into this cycle of apply makeup on breakouts. My face would break out from the makeup. I would wash my face off with this cleanser. The cleanser would irritate my skin, resulting in more breakouts. Yeah. Using facial washes with acne fitting properties to get it off, that just messed me up even more. Add on the hormonal changes, rarely sweating, constantly wearing makeup, and not letting people see me without it was a bit of a setback. My skin wasn't breathing the way it should. It wasn't receiving direct sunlight like it wants. I wouldn't exercise or participate in gym class because I would be wearing makeup to cover up my acne, and I knew if I sweat, I would have to wash the makeup off, or it would just make my makeup run anyways. And I didn't want to wash my face in front of other classmates because I was very embarrassed on how my skin looked, so I would just not participate in gym class. Yeah, my face would just get red and irritated if I washed my face, so I just avoided that altogether. I would pop my pimples as well while I would wear makeup, which is just a breeding ground for more breakouts. I can actually look at my skin to pop my pimples, so I would just do it with makeup on so it looked like my face wasn't even that bad. So worried about people looking at my complexion and what they thought of it. I would always use facial scrubs on my face because if I used a gel or a creamed cleanser, That meant I would feel the texture of my face and then I would start crying. When I look back, I just really want to give my 13-year-old self just a huge hug and be like, girl, don't worry about your little breakouts around your eyebrows. It's normal to get breakouts during puberty, and if you just leave it alone, it'll clear up itself. Yeah, I also would have loved to tell her my knowledge about makeup and skin hygiene as well. Actually, so grateful to have Corey Noftel in my life. I barely knew him at the time of all this, and he was actually so supportive and loving and seeing past my skin, loving me on the inside, seeing how talented I am, like always pushing me to accomplish my dreams and my goals. He'd tell me how pretty I am on the outside and the inside despite my blemishes. I wish I learned what took me 5 years to realize when I was 13. Like, I wish I knew all the things I do now when I was 13, so this could have all been avoided. But just like everything in life, like, you can't dwell on the past, and if you have a chance to change it, just not change the past, but like if you have a chance to change your habits or get on the right track afterwards, just take it. My teenage years probably would have been so much better and less stressful, but I'm just grateful that I am where I am now. This story I'm about to tell you is proof on how normalized skincare products don't work for me, and they're not for me, and I will never use them. So most of you know that I went on a month-and-a-half little backpacking trip through Europe last year, and my boyfriend Corey, my last destination was Amsterdam, and he came to fly there to meet me, which was really sweet. After 3 years of the previous mentioned skincare routine that I had, this basic natural regime that I have grown to love, I 100% believe that acne skincare products have nothing good in them. I went on that 5-week vacation. For the first 3.5 weeks, everything was great. I was eating mostly healthy, always exercising, always in the sun. Many sleepless nights and being jet-lagged and partying occasionally, but my skin still stayed absolutely great. I never applied makeup once or used any products on my skin besides my moisturizer. Then I met up with my boyfriend, and the day before I decided I would use Spectrogel, which I used to use on my piercings all the time. I thought before I seen him I should just wash my face at least once. I would use the Acne gel cleanser just to clean the dead skin cells off, I guess, that I've probably accumulated for the past month. I just want to be fresh, you know. And I broke out so badly. It was horrible. I felt like I was in high school again. The next morning, like I used at night, the next morning I had painful bumps on bumps on bumps, like lumps after lumps, and they're red and inflamed and whiteheads everywhere. Like, this whole area just covered in millions of pimples. Same with here. Like, I think I had 10 pimples, like, in a cluster of where one should just be. Like, I was so embarrassed. It was supposed to be like our most romantic trip, and I was breaking out horribly. My boyfriend was supportive though. Yeah, he told me, like, just stay positive. I'm still beautiful. He encouraged me to stay calm. Told me not to stress out. No one knows me here. Like, we're just here to have a good time. He told me to run a hot bath, like, calm your face with, like, a honey mask or something. We'll still have fun. Don't let it ruin our vacation. But just like that, I used the Spectrogel twice. I used it the night before I seen him, and then I noticed I was breaking out, so then I used it again. And then it just went completely south from there. I haven't had that bad of acne since like 6 years before that. Like, I was just so messed up. It took 2 weeks of eating healthy, sleeping every night for 8 hours, staying positive, stretching, staying calm, drinking green juices every day, exercising enough that I would sweat. Yeah, it took 2 weeks of just being home and just calming down, trying to be healthy for like my skin to clear up from that one mistake I made with that chemical cleanser. But after all this, I just hope that my experience and my journey with acne will at least help one person to not feel like they're alone, and to know that there is a huge support group out there for people that are going through what you are going through right now. When I was younger, I felt the lowest I've ever felt, and I began to feel hopeless. I understand that everyone is different, and there are different kinds of acne and skin conditions out there, and different causes for it, and that different remedies and different diets work for some people and not others. I'm not saying my advice and what I did will work for everyone, but if it does, that's great. If it doesn't or hasn't, I just hope this helped you to know that you're not the only one feeling confused, anxious, angry, helpless, depressed, and stressed out. Don't give up and keep going, and you will get there. So have a good day and stay safe during this pandemic, and I wish you guys all the best.